This is a recap for Thursday, February 18th. Today in class, we focused on Desmos. We did do a little preview of complex fractions, but I'm not going to put that in the recap because we are going to talk about that again next week. So what I am going to focus in on is on an answer key for Desmos weeks 14 and 15. So here is card 1 of week 14, two-step equations. You add 8 to both sides of the equation, so 4x equals 24. Divide by 4, and x equals 6. On the next card, you have to add 6.85. So m divided by 4 is equal to negative 4.15. You multiply by 4, multiply this by 4, and m is equal to negative 16.6. You may use a calculator while doing this, and in fact it is encouraged to do, for example, 4 times negative 14.15 to get negative 16.6. We're going to subtract 2.6 from both sides. When we combine a negative with a negative, we get even more negative. So this is negative 25.6. Those cancel out. 3.2 times our unknown number. To undo multiplication, we divide by that very same amount. So again, grab your calculator and put negative 25.6 divided by 3.2, and you will get negative 8. This is one of the most challenging problems because it's not subtract 4, it's 4 subtract, and that's different. So we have to subtract 4 from this to create this 0. So, and then we have to bring this part down. We still haven't dealt with that negative. That's negative 3 times n is equal to 39. Divide by negative 3, and n is equal to negative 13. And card number 5 is one just like it, where we have to subtract 12. Subtract 12. So negative 5u is equal to negative 60. Divide by negative 5, and u is equal to 12. And then the matching on this, 32 minus, so we're going to subtract 32. We get negative 40, divide by negative 5. Negative 40 divided by negative 5 is 8. So we're looking for the 8 on this one. And on the next one, and try not to stack the answer key cards like that right there. Try to have them separate. We're going to add 15 to get 50 and divide by negative 2 to get negative 25. And then the last problem is we're going to subtract 5 and then divide by negative 8 to get a negative 1 on that. And that's the answer key for week 14 Desmos two-step equations. Now let's take a look at week 15. Okay, week 15 is dividing fractions. There's just 3 cards on this one. And what you do on this is really fill in what is happening here. So we have 1/3 and 2/3, so that is 2/3 divided by 1/6 is the same as 2/3 divided by 1/6. So just have to write that again. It's the same as 2/3 times 6/1. So 2/3 times 6 over 1 is 12 over 3, or 4, and we can see 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 of those would fit in there, and that makes sense on that one. And this is 4/5 divided by 4/10. And that is the same as 4/5 times 10 divided by 4. We'll write it again. 4/5 times 10 over 4 is 40/20, or 2. And again, if this is 1 right here, and the same size right there is 1, 2. That's where we can see those 2. And the last one, it just says write and solve the whole thing. So this is 2/4 divided by 1/12. That's the same as 2/4 times 12 over 1. That's 24/4, and that's 6. So we should be able to see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And so that 6 makes sense to us. 2/4 divided by 1/12. And that is a recap for Thursday, February 18th.